apple. Do you know how dirty it is? Your saliva, your teeth, everything. Your whole DNA is in this apple, and you just left it there for everyone to see. If you do that, if you've done that, shame on you. Maybe if I highlight it, people might change their ways and feel shame. Shame actually helps change people a lot.
Yeah, Marila wants to make sure people feel shameful for their actions this year.
I've got to train them properly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say, like, as... Do you have kids?
No, I don't have kids.
Okay, so...
Where there's like stronger forms of like weed, essentially, that you have to get behind the counter for. You're like, I don't know about any of that.
I don't know where you can get weed. I don't know.
Guys, I'm not promoting it. Welcome back to season 3 of MNM Talks. It's your girl Malunga.
And it's your girl Mwila. You already know what it is, the Everyday People podcast.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you like, share, comment and subscribe.
Okay, let's get into it.
Hi.
Hey guys,
MNM Talks.
Let's start that again.
No, it's
okay, let's go from here.
It's fine. So we're back, obviously.
As you know, and we have a special guest in the building.
Yes, we do. We have Trevor.
Woo!
So Trevor, I wanted to get into the studio because I know you from like my old church, but just from like our journey in obviously just getting to know God and strengthening our relationship with God. But that is a journey in itself and something we'll probably talk about a little bit more today. But like when I met you, you just had such warm energy. So I was thinking, I need to get you in the studio because I've been seeing some of the things that you're up to. Like I know you're into fitness, into health. So I just wanted to get you in to just chat with you, Trevor, because I've seen some of the marathons that you've been talking about, and you've been putting a lot of work into your fitness and health. So I'm inspired by that, and you just continue trailblazing and doing your thing. But we had to get a bit of a trailblazer into the studio. Welcome, Trevor.
Mr. Trailblazer.
We'll give you another round of applause.
But to start off, should we do Ick of the Week? So on this pod, each episode we do a bit of an Ick of the Week. So I don't know who wants to get started with the icks. You? Me? Should we get the guests?
You can run it.
Yeah, why don't you get started?
Me? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So for me, okay, so everyone knows, I get public transport, on my way back from work and stuff like that. But you Londoners, I'm not including myself, but why is it that you have to it's just trash everywhere? So imagine, I'm getting on the bus, and I didn't really, usually when I'm getting on a bus, I look where I'm sitting. I wasn't being as vigilant this time, right? And I sit down, I'm rested. I look to my left. Why do I see an apple that's been eaten just left to the left of me? And I said, nah, like an actual eaten apple. Firstly, what was the thought process when you're eating this apple? Did you think I'm going to eat my apple and then I'm just going to leave it there for who? To clean up, exactly. First, the disrespect there. Do you want the bus driver to clean it up? Other public members, cleaners, to just be picking up the apple? Do you know how dirty it is? Your saliva, your teeth, everything. Your whole DNA is in this apple, and you just left it there for everyone to see.
It's true.
It's mad. It's disgusting.
It is a little bit.
Why is it? Why do we live like this? It's very icky. If you do that, if you've done that, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Change.
Yeah.
Change.
Fair. What do you think about that? What do you think about the apple?
I just think London in general is a dirty place.
People
don't have respect.
True.
People are not well trained. So that doesn't surprise me to find things like that just about.
Yeah,
that's true. This is true.
It's kind of a norm.
It is a norm, but it's still an ick.
It is an ick, though.
Yeah, maybe if I highlight it, people might change their ways and feel shame. Shame actually helps change people a lot.
Yeah, Marila wants to make sure people feel shameful for their actions this year.
You got to write a letter to the government.
Yeah, you got to get on.
I'm gonna get on my writing.
But also, how are you though? How are you?
I'm well.
we went.
I'm very well.
Yeah.
Just just been training hard, like you said. Obviously, thank you for bringing me on. Thank you for the announcement. Yeah, literally just been training hard. Working. Obviously, I've just got a new job recently, so just working, training, church. Yeah, that's it really. Just on repeat. 7 days a week.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Would you say that like discipline is really important to you? And
you know what? Yeah, discipline is very important because a lot of people think I've always been like this. Like I was disciplined in a sense, but last year I actually really like knuckled down. And yeah, obviously where I am now, I'm grateful for making those changes last year, lifestyle changes. And yeah, obviously running has played a massive part in structuring my life, structuring discipline in me. Because days when you don't want to run, you need to know that, you need to get out and just run, because every single second you're not running or day that you're missing training, it's going to affect you, like when you do your marathons, when you do your half marathons. So you've got to put in the work.
Yeah. And I could imagine that mentally it really helps you as well.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. Okay. So what is your ick? Do you have any icks that you've kind of, anything that's irritated you this week?
It's going to sound bad, but
no judgments here.
No
it's going to
judgments.
sound very
We
bad.
listen and don't judge.
Yeah, it's true.
Hopefully this is going to sound mad. But see, when you go to shopping centres in the malls,
okay,
and you've just got people with usually mums with about like 5 kids just pushing the pram, trying to hold one kid.
Yeah,
and you're just trying to cut through. It's like I said, it's gonna sound bad.
You're judging the mums, yeah?
I don't know if I can co-sign this one.
I'm not judging the mums, but I'm just saying. Like,
it's an irritation.
Is it really wise to bring 5 kids with you, like to a shopping centre?
Well,
It's very busy, you know.
Yeah,
it's very busy.
Okay.
Like I just feel like it's just not wise, because one minute you're pushing the pram, kids running to the shop, one other kid's running the other way. You're by yourself. You can't really maintain that. You're not managing that.
So it's giving. Also, she's single parent as well.
I don't know her situation. No,
But is that what he's looking like? He's like, I won't go in there. Is that what it was looking like? Be honest. Is that what? Okay, was there a man in sight or a partner?
You don't know. Maybe the man was at home.
I don't know.
Was it one? Okay, was it one grown up with the children?
Yeah.
Because sometimes,
how many children?
Yeah, because sometimes that happens.
It ranges. Sometimes I'll be going to shopping centre, Westfield.
Oh, this happens regularly.
Yeah,
it does.
You see that all the time. You know, like Westfield.
It's true.
And obviously, I'm by myself, trying to cut in and out, get what I need to do what I need. Yeah, go get on the train.
Yeah,
and you just got like 5 people just slowing you down.
Yeah, loads of kids running around. Fair. That's annoying.
Yeah,
that is.
And it's just like I said, when you see the people just trying to grab one kid, trying to push the pram, the other kid's trying to
run away,
people crying and that, it's just and I can feel like it's the mum's getting stressed.
There's
nothing you can do. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't know her circumstances, but for me that's a no-no. Because
the thing is, though, where would we leave the kids, guys? Do you know what I mean? If they don't come to the shopping centre, where are they going? This is something we can help to solve. Like, where are the kids going then if they're not going to be in the Westfields?
You got
to
train them properly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say, like, do you have kids?
No, I don't have kids.
Okay, so say you're a new dad, and your kid is about to be like a toddler. What's one thing you're going to do? You make sure that this child is going to be disciplined. What's one thing you're doing?
I feel like you just got to speak to them. Like growing up, my mum was, when I remember this when we was young, anywhere we go, auntie's house, getting on the train, she'd speak to us straight away. Like, look,
what did she say?
You can't, like, obviously my mom's African, so you see Africans, they don't care.
Yeah.
The same discipline they do at home, they'll do it outside. So my mum was very like, I got siblings obviously, so she was very disciplined to us. So she would tell us that, when you step outside, you need to act. You need to act accordingly, because you're in the public eye. And I feel like as you grow up, you actually realise that you're a representation of your parents, your family. So when you're outside messing around on that, it only really replicates what you do at home.
True.
That's in my eyes.
True.
So
that's true.
If there's no discipline outside, I feel like, it's pretty much the same thing at home.
No, I actually agree with you in that way, because it's like, if you're allowing the kids to do anything and everything out in public, it's a little bit disrespectful and it's not mindful of other people. So I can see what you mean with that. Like, the fact that if the kids are just running around everywhere, throwing things, and you don't have control over the kids, but they seem to have control over you, that is a little bit, you know, you got to question mark that a little bit.
I don't know. I think I got to give them a little bit of grace.
Okay.
Yeah, like you got to give these people, because you never know really what's going. You know what they say as well? They say that a kid that's rebellious ends up being successful as an adult. You never heard that? Have you heard that?
Who said that? Who said that, bro?
I heard that still.
I ain't never heard it.
Who said that? Who said that?
Was it Oprah?
No, I heard that somewhere online. But I feel like it could be because it's like you're not so confined to, because you know, like obviously as kids, you want them to be like, you know, obedient, listen to you as well, like listen to what you're saying. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that like as they grow up, they have their own independence. Because I've definitely seen kids who just look like they have no personality whatsoever. And I'm like, where's the joy in your life? Do you get what I mean? Like, where's the like mischievousness? Like sometimes it's a bit like, are they all right? Do you get what I mean? Like sometimes it can go the other way. So I don't think it's all bad, but I get what you're saying. You have to have discipline in the household, especially when you're going out. You don't want to be. It's like more stressful for the parent as well. They're probably like, it's just don't even want to go to the shops themselves. To be fair, but I hear it's also inconvenience for you guys.
And actually, growing up, when I think about it, my mum was more or less like a single parent, and there's 6 of us, but 4 of us are all close in age. So there's 2 older, and 4 of us were all close in age. So when we would go out, we would actually be them kids, low key. When I'm thinking about it, we would. And people like that have seen me now, because we're still in the same borough, they're like, oh my gosh, Hope's kids, like they're like, Malunga, like you've grown and you're actually normal, you're okay. Like no shade, but
they thought they were worried.
Like, they weren't sure what was gonna happen, because we did have a lot of personality. Yeah. Especially when I think about my brother, a lot of energy. Young boys have a lot of energy.
Are hard to
we would like run out of that. This sounds really bad. This sounds like I grew up in a crazy household, but you know, but like. And my brother, like we'd run outside, we'd love to play, but we did exhaust all our energy. And actually my brother's similar to you, where he's very disciplined. True. He's like very inspiring in that way, because like he's into you guys actually need to meet and like chat, but he's into fitness, but he's very disciplined. And I see what you're saying, because we got all of that energy out, and my mum wasn't too strict, but we create our own rules. And actually, even with me, I have my own boundaries. I have my own self-respect and rules that I like to live by that make me feel safe. And I think it's because I was able to explore as a child. Like my mum she wasn't too overly strict, which I think it worked for our situation.
Not for some of us.
For some of us.
So yeah, true.
I mean, I think I would be a bit more of a disciplined parent, to be fair, actually. Do you think you would be that way?
Definitely.
Nah, I actually wouldn't.
Really?
Oh, nah.
Curveball?
I actually wouldn't.
You would be disciplined.
No, I'd be disciplined to a point, but
not too strict.
I think he's gonna have them running. He's gonna we're running together as a family.
They're gonna go on these runs with him in marathons.
What do the kids say want to run?
They gotta run.
See,
they've got.
He's gonna be disciplined.
That's gonna bring the discipline then.
It will, because I think exercise. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Actually, I think exercise helps to regulate like kids, to make them feel like like I've got a structure. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
Especially nowadays, there's a lack of
structure.
Exercise for children. I always feel like the younger generation, because they grew up on that social media side of things. Like you were saying, that they're not really active. Like when we was younger, like we was outside playing football,
that's
on your
true.
BMXs to the park. But nowadays, everyone's just at home, online, pretty much. So
true.
Yeah.
To get outside is very good. Yeah.
Especially in this country as well, where everything's cold. Like right now, you're not seeing anyone, unless you're really in your fitness. You're not seeing people outside running, because this is the season where people they're just not interested in it.
That's true. Yeah, people are more cooped up at home.
Even like gyms
empty.
It'll be empty now.
But next year,
people are not.
Yeah.
Trying to put the work in now.
It's true.
That's why you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's hard. It's
we're
very hard.
gonna definitely
dive
quote you
into
on
that,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But curveball.
Yeah, what's
What
my
about you?
ick?
What's your ick?
I feel like my ick is just overextending yourself unnecessarily.
Oh.
Obviously, you know, last year, bit of a busy time for me over Christmas and everything. We're in the new year now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just taking a moment for myself is so important, because sometimes I do think that I put all of these pressures and expectations on myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, what for? Who for? When actually I'm getting a bit stressed out. And is it necessary? Not that like people don't appreciate the efforts that you put into looking after them or making sure everything's okay, but I have to like pour into my own cup and look after me. So I would say an ick is just maybe like basically people pleasing a bit too much, because then it's like, yeah, am I making sure that I'm pleased and I'm happy
For yourself.
for myself?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably one of my icks. So I guess it's more, the ick is more
Personal.
towards me, it's more personal. But it is something that I want to work on in 2025, just to feel
Okay.
alive.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that's definitely doable in that sense. For you. And it's important, like knowing you as well. Like I know that you're somebody who goes over and beyond for people, which is such a great quality to have. But when you're doing that at the expense of yourself, it can end up feeling like you're pouring too much out
Just
of yourself.
draining,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's important.
Definitely. So Trevor,
Yeah.
tell us, what got you into what got you into fitness, health, running? Just tell us a bit about your journey.
Yeah.
So I've always been into fitness, but it's the fitness that I knew. So i.e. playing football.
Okay.
So obviously I used to play football when I was younger. Nothing serious, just your local teams and whatnot. But as you get older, work starts to play a massive part in your life, and kind of football will start to become a chore. So you fell out of the love of, like everyone keeps saying, you fall out of the love of enjoying it. So you're turning up, but it kind of feels like you're going to work. So obviously I was playing Saturday football, and it kind of feels like
A chore.
Yeah. So I wanted to find something that I can better myself in and be more consistent. And one of my boys invited me to London Marathon,
Okay.
and I attended.
When was that?
2024.
Okay.
So I was at the finish line. I was fortunate enough to meet him at the finish line, and I remember it clearly on this day that had I not been there, I probably wouldn't be doing running now.
Really?
It's weird because
Wow.
prior to this, I wasn't a runner. In school, cross country, all of that, yeah, impossible. You're not seeing me doing that. You're not seeing me doing
Oh,
that.
you're not trying to do no long distance.
Impossible.
Really?
My
Okay, so
thing
what
was-
happened for you? What happened? What clicked? What changed at the end of that marathon?
So when I met him at the marathon, I saw so many old people crossing the line, and they crossed the line at a good time. So my boy is very good at running. So like he's a serious marathon runner, and he finished at a decent time. So a few old people, I'm talking about 60, 70-year-olds, crossing the line at the same time that he's crossing the line. I was just like, there's no way.
That's
because
amazing.
before, I don't know if you lot have watched marathons on TV and whatnot.
Not much.
All they ever shows that the elite athletes.
Yeah,
So
true.
everyone just thinks, this is hard because Mo Farah's and that. You're not trying to
Yeah.
catch
Yeah.
guys. But then when you're at the finish line and you're seeing all these different ages, it's not just old people, you're seeing young people there. And I was just so like moved by people actually dedicating their time to marathons. And when I was chatting to one of the old guys, he was telling me, this is probably like my 70th marathon.
Wow.
I was like, what? 70? And he was like, yeah, I've been running for time.
Oh.
And then as soon as I went
I do this.
yeah, I went home and I had to like reevaluate myself.
Yeah.
And I remember putting it in my group chat. And again, I remember this day clearly. I went out and did 5K.
Wow. You said straight away.
Yeah, straight away. Went out and did 5K.
Was that the same day of the marathon or the next day?
No, the week after.
Okay.
It was like the 28th of like May
Yeah.
or something.
Okay.
I took a screenshot, I put it in my group chat.
Wow.
Everyone started laughing at me. They were like, "Oh, was you running backwards or something?" And I was like, "What?" Because I thought, "Oh, running like 30 minutes is a good 5K time." All my boys just roasted me.
Said,
And I
"Did
was
you
like,
walk?"
wow. Yeah, pretty much. They were just saying, "Oh, did you walk?" And I was thinking to myself, I was like, "But I've just
That's
done
so
5K,
good.
like 5K,
Yeah.
5K." So then I was like, I did some research and I actually realised, like, don't correct me on this, but I feel like the average 5K time for men is like 28 minutes. And I feel like
Not far. 2 minutes.
Yeah, for women it's like 30, 35, I think. But yeah, I was just like, nah, I got to get better than that. Surely I'm doing 30 minutes. I got to run faster than that.
Yeah.
And then I just said to myself, well, okay, I need to make a lifestyle change. And at the time it was either fitness or football. And again, I was falling out of love with football. We're really interested in it. And I just decided to start running. And then I think I was just more consistent with it. Started watching like YouTubers, like learning different types of like running programs, like how to, it's not every day run at 5K. Sometimes slow it down and then just build yourself up. And basically I just did that.
Question.
Yeah.
From what you researched, like online, what's the one tip that you felt was the most valuable for you as a beginner?
Consistency.
Okay.
And the reason, consistency, and like the reason that, like I said earlier, running has helped me so much in all aspects of my life. And it stems down to consistency. Like, you can't run 2 days and then not run for the rest of the week and then expect to have the same results the week after, or not run for a whole month, 2 months, whatever, and then one day just start running again. You need to be consistent with it because naturally our bodies, there's this thing like in the gym, it's called like muscle memory. So when you work out and you go back and you lift a heavier weight, your muscles naturally remember the weight that you've lifted. So that weight will become easier. A weight that you used to feel was harder. Okay. Same thing with running. Our hearts, when you were running, like the cardio that you've developed, it can just fade away if you don't be consistent with it. So you got to maintain it. So that's one key advice with running is just be consistent. And like I said, that consistency just helped me a lot throughout the year. Do
you feel like, in what ways did it help you with your everyday life, would you say?
Just being more, obviously I run, well, my Strava stats will tell me different. I started off running like in the morning, so I was up early doors. I'm talking about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock runs before work. That was me doing that. I'd go to work having a fresher mindset. And don't know about you guys, but every day I go to work, people always coming in complaining about what they got going on or how tired they are. I would do the opposite. I'd come in and I was just more energetic, purely because I just started my day off with a run. And yeah, I was just showing up more, like willing to just be more involved in work, engaging with like different types of clients and stuff like that. So yeah, that consistency from running just allowed me naturally to be consistent at work as well. Yeah,
have a better energy and just even mentally. It sounds like mentally it helped you just feel more positive. Because I do feel like you have to move your body. And one thing I've realised is when I'm not moving, so I used to do a little bit of running, but not like how you've been running. But like I had a bit of an injury with my meniscus. So like a lot of last year I was just kind of recovering and I wasn't sure. I needed to get the results back from my MRI, all of that stuff, all of that, boring, long, kind of anxious driven, I was just like, what's going to happen with my leg? And I realised, like the doctor was saying that running on the concrete or whatever was a bit too harsh for my knees. And now I understand when people say, protect the knees at all costs. Right? But yeah, tell me. Correct the doctor. Let me know.
One thing I would say, this might, again, it sounds mad.
Yeah.
I've started to, take the advice from the doctor. Okay. Maybe it's not just running on the concrete. Maybe it's the shoes that you're wearing. 'Cause nowadays, shoes have got platforms on. So when you run, all my marathon shoes, they've got like a squishy platform. And it's actually got carbon plates in. Most marathon runners run with carbon plates. But these are advices.
Carbon plates are like what?
Like, it's like a metal insole in your shoe.
Oh, wow.
So it prevents it. It like, it's weird to explain, but like it bends the arch of your your running style.
Yeah.
Normal shoes are just flat. So, you know, like Air Force Ones, they're just flat soles. You can't run with stuff like that. So you need to shoes that kind of propel you forward. So I don't know, again, you'd have to watch a lot of marathon.
But it's research. It's
That's
research.
So yeah, the doctors are going to tell you the medical advice, but sometimes that's not the correct advice.
Can I ask you a question then?
I'm not giving any medical advice on this show.
Guys, Mila, what do you guys, are the doctors always right?
Nah.
He's saying no. What do you think, Mila?
Depends what we're talking about.
Just in general, like when you've gone to a doctor, right? Because we know, guys, we're talking about health, fitness, stuff like that. We know with the GP, there's waiting lists, there's all kinds of stuff, right, going on when it comes to health. Would you say, in your experience, that the doctor gives you what you need? Are they always right, or do you feel like you've sometimes sort of branched out of their advice and found better solutions? What would you say?
I would definitely say, the doctors can be wrong. They're human beings as well, obviously. And I think like one thing that used to scare me, oh my gosh, when I used to go to the GP and they'll bring out that book, fear would enter my mind because I'll think, hold on, firstly, I know you've gone to school and everything, but you have to now do research in front of me.
Yeah.
To figure out what's going on with me. Like in this book, we're now looking at A to Z. I think it's called A. Have you seen the book? I'm talking about, So
you wouldn't like that they're bringing out a book to inform themselves a little bit more about your whatever the condition is.
I feel like you should know. As a doctor, I don't know, it's a bit harsh.
No, but fair.
I feel like if you're bringing out the book of research, it's like if you're in surgery, you wouldn't expect the surgeon to now start bringing out the book and thinking, okay, how do I
Googling.
cut? When the person, obviously I'm not in the hospital.
But in that situation, you're asleep, so you don't even know if he's doing that, do you?
It's true.
It's true.
You never know.
Good thing you're asleep. What we don't know won't hurt us.
It's true. We never know what's going on in that room.
They'll be saying your operation's like hour, but do you know what I mean?
It could be.
You don't know what they're doing.
It could have been. It's true. This is actually getting me paranoid. Oh my god,
it's true.
guys.
No, but it's true. Yeah, like it's for real, because that's why sometimes people like. My dad, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but like he would like no, he doesn't believe in like putting your name on the donor list, because he believes that they will not want you to die, but it's like if you're a donor, then it can be like if you're like on the end, it's like, well, you can save other people with your. But I don't think obviously legally you can't do that, but some people do believe that that's the case. Have you heard this?
Donate your organs.
Yeah, like say if you say you're going to donate your organs, for instance, then it's likely that they might not give you the second shock. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so because you said you're going to donate your organs, they're thinking, hey, if this one needs to go quicker, then because we need the organs, let's just make it happen fast.
That's mad.
Oh my goodness.
Not necessarily, but it's possible that, I don't know if that happens in the UK, but other places in the world, I know that definitely happens.
And you know what? I do have one or two friends that work in the medical field. And one thing I do know from what they've talked about is that they're very by the book.
Yeah.
So one thing that's quite interesting is I do think that as human beings, we all have like a natural instinct.
This is true.
And sometimes I believe that's God-given as well. Like we have a natural way of healing ourselves. There are natural, I know it sounds all woo-woo, but there's natural medicines, there's natural ways. I'm not saying it can cure everything, but there's different parts of the world where they manage. To be honest, I would say they're healthier than like
medication
than the medication that you might be subscribed to here in the UK. So
but then I also would say like it is good to also, it depends, like it's not all things that can be cured through like natural remedies, but at the same time, like I feel like if you have a natural lifestyle, I'm not saying that it will cure everything or it will alleviate you from any type of medical like incident or anything like that, but I feel like if you're consistent, like you were saying, and having like a good diet, you're able to see your health kind of evolving in a better way than if somebody who's like obviously not taking care of themselves. So that's also a big part of, and also like you have to take into consideration that as like black people, medicine was practiced initially for white people, like in the UK, because it was majority, it's a white country as well. So like back in the day. So like some of the medicine isn't, especially when it comes to fertility, they say that a lot of the medicine, or like when they look at pain or like pain symptoms, they wouldn't consider black women's pain symptoms to be take it as serious because they're measuring it up, like you said, it's by the book. So they're measuring it up to what's in the book, and sometimes what's in the book isn't always correct. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So understanding your body is so important.
It is.
It's so important.
And I think
Yeah.
like, have you ever had a cold, Trevor, and healed yourself miraculously?
Yeah, I have.
You
Have
see,
you?
Serious cold.
how and how did you
do that?
Honey and lemon.
honey? Thank you. How simple, guys, is honey and lemon, a bit of ginger, a bit of chili.
But I think they
Making
would,
your
would
own-
suggest that as well, though.
Sometimes, yes, but then you also have medications. You could take, you could take paracetamol, whatever.
Night nurse
You could
or
take night
something.
nurse.
Yeah.
You can take whatever. But then you can also drink honey, lemon, ginger, some chili, and guess what? Were you well? Were you?
I take night nurse though. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
lie.
you take night nurse?
Shout out to
No, you take night nurse
nurse
as
is
well,
serious.
yeah. No, we thought you were into the natural remedies. Clearly
See-
not, guys.
nah, you
Trevor.
See night nurse.
Yeah.
If you want to recover tomorrow.
You'll be
Really?
fine. It does.
Yeah.
It's
What's
quite
in
fast.
that? What's in
I
that?
don't know.
What's-
It's got good stuff though.
Yeah.
Literally a shot of that. Sleep.
Are you addicted to night nurse?
A shot of it.
A shot of that.
And then you're good.
It's the best.
It's really good.
It's a teacup, no?
A teacup.
Yeah. Or is it a shot?
It's a little
they
in
give
the
you a
lid.
little thing, yeah,
I thought it was a
shot thing.
sachet.
No.
No, it's like in the
It's
lid.
all about like lemsip.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Night nurse is the one sold behind the counter. You can't physically touch it. It needs to be given to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't just pick that up from the local.
Nah. Because back in the days, all of these stuff behind the counter medicines used to just be. You could go to Boots. It's just on the shelf. But
I thought
obviously
night nurse was on the shelf.
No.
But people were what?
People were just taking it. Obviously, homeless people. It's because it's got codeine inside.
Oh,
I believe.
yeah,
So
so-
people were just taking it. So
If
now
they've
you have
got
to
an
go,
addiction.
Yeah, you have to go to the pharmacy and then say, "Oh, can I have night nurse?" And they'll give it to you. But all of that stuff is behind. That's the stronger stuff, like the codeine, your night nurses.
I see.
But you can't. You have to have a prescription, right?
No, you can just grab night nurse. Codeine, I
You
believe
have a
you got a prescription.
prescription.
For that.
Yeah.
Because I swear with CBD, it's the same thing.
No, you can get
No,
that
you
from
can
Holland
grab
and Barrett's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the oils.
But I swear there's like stronger forms of like weed, essentially, that you have to get behind the counter for. You're like, I don't know about any of that.
I don't know where you can get weed. I don't know.
Guys, I'm not promoting it, but I know that like it is for certain like
the CBD oils and
injuries.
stuff. Okay.
For certain injuries, or I think even arthritis, whatever.
You can get it.
I've heard that there is like obviously.
My aunt
But it's-
actually,
it's-
my aunt
it's
gave me some
prescribed.
CBD oil when I was unwell, and
It's prescribed though. It's like
it wasn't prescribed. It was from Holland and Back, but I think there probably would be like a
a
prescribed
higher dose
version.
prescribed. Yeah. Not something that you just take on your own.
No.
Okay, interesting. Look at us going down the pharmaceutical route.
No, it's very interesting. That
It
topic is
is,
interesting.
yeah.
Because I do think, I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but
Okay.
I also think with certain pharmaceutical companies, not even certain, they do like to make money off a lot of things.
Have you seen
Like,
the documentary about, was it opioids? Did you see the
I
documentary?
haven't seen it. I wanted to watch it.
And it was
was it?
basically about like pain medication, and they were trying to get people to take to get hooked onto the pain medication, and it's obviously like a business. It's a business. This is in America, and they want people to basically what you're saying in the sense of like buying more because you have to pay for the prescriptions out there. But even in the UK, it is a big industry. The pharmaceutical industry. The government has to pay for certain drugs to be like legal to be distributed in the UK. So there are certain things where I feel like, they might push a certain drug a bit more.
Push a certain agenda.
That's what they were doing in that documentary anyway. Yeah.
Like if I was to ask you guys, what has helped your mental health? Like what have you found to sort of help your mood? Because you've talked about running. Would you say that, what would you...
Solely running and just fitness in general.
Do you feel like you've ever had struggled with mental health though?
Yeah, to a point, but obviously I'm not gonna speak bad on it. Like, you've got to be respectful, but everyone has different types of struggles they got to deal with. But I generally do feel like fitness helps a lot because it just does something to your mood. That benefits you a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would, and that's what I would say, I would agree. Obviously, it's a spectrum, but I do think that I would rather try, because I've struggled with my mental health as well, but not like on an extreme end. But what I'm saying is that when I start moving my body, whether it's dance, I love to dance, I love performance art and stuff like that, I find that mentally I feel better as well.
Yeah.
So I'd rather try those natural ways to kind of better my mood than be prescribed antidepressants or medication or whatever, which I feel like sometimes is the go-to in the medical field, or like in this country, in the UK specifically, when sometimes that way might actually be more useful. So I feel like when you've exhausted all your options, then maybe, obviously I'm not going to say this is for everyone, but I just feel like explore, like do some research, explore what your options are before you like decide that I have to be on medication every day or whatever it is, because you never know. And like it's nice to hear that running has changed your just your mood, but also like your lifestyle. Would you say, okay, what do you think about people that don't run? Are you judging us? What's your, like...
You know what? Someone asked me this in work.
Yeah.
What do I think of people that don't run? And one thing I would say is the reason people don't run is because they're scared. And the reason they're scared is because they haven't found that community for them. And I touched on running as an individual helped me a lot. However, I like the community aspect of things. So I'm part of a run club.
Let's talk about it.
Mila has some juicy questions.
Who's at the run club?
Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling so hard?
Loads of different people.
But go on.
She's like, who's at the run club?
On a serious note, but in regards to like the difference between running individually, I know you're going to get into it, and running as a part of a community, like what would you say is like, do you get more of a push? Is it more like beneficial? Or do you feel like they slow you down? Like, what is it?
So for me personally, like outside of the run club, I wouldn't say I need to be at a run club in order to motivate me to run.
Okay.
Purely because I started running as an individual.
Yeah.
But I like the social aspect of running, and especially now where I am now, a lot of people come to me for like tips, how to get into running. So I like being able to help and support other people. So run clubs in general have got bad stick around them.
What's the bad stick?
People think they just dating.
No, do you know what? But they are. Not just that, but there's interesting looking.
Okay,
in the run club.
Let's address this because recently I have seen this social media trend, right? And I'm sure you guys are M&Ms know about it too. There's a lot of sort of social media talk around run clubs and finding the perfect, I don't know why I'm doing that accent, but like finding a husband or a wife or a partner, and there's a love story around it. Do you think that's giving run clubs a bad rap?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, why? Yeah, let's
one thing I would
hear
say on that is people that go looking for that will go and find that. Of course, you're at a run club. Yeah. We can't stop boy and girl talking to each other, boy and girl exchanging contact details. That's got nothing to do. Yeah, it happened at a run club, but it's not the run club. We don't put on
promote
events
that
to do that.
Yeah.
We're there to build the community, fitness, we run and we build together. If what you do within the run club or outside the run club, that's on you.
Yeah.
So
but why don't you lean into it? Because you have a run club.
I don't personally, but I'm part of a run. I used to actually.
Okay.
But now I'm part of a run club called Rock Up.
Okay.
Rock Up, big up Rock Up.
Yeah, Rock Up.
Yeah, shout out.
So they originated from Birmingham, and again, the reason I actually got drawn to this run club was purely because of like their community aspect. So they run every Saturday, and they built a large following. They get over like 250 people, 300 people on a Saturday, every Saturday consistent in Birmingham.
Wow.
Running through the streets of Birmingham. And they do like little short interviews where they ask people, members that have been coming to the run club for a while, how Rock Up has transformed their life, changed them. And some of the testimonies they share are amazing. Like you've had people from maybe deprived backgrounds, people that have been going through stuff, mental health issues, and they've come to the run club, never run before.
And then their life has changed for the better.
And to the point where those same people have now entered multiple marathons, multiple half marathon races. So it's amazing. That's why I'm big on running. It's amazing, like, what it can do for you. But to touch on, obviously, the dating stuff and the trends, yeah, if you go out and look for that stuff, yes, you're going to find that. Like, you can live in an area, there could be drug dealers outside. It doesn't mean you're a drug dealer.
True.
It's just the area you live. And if you go out looking for that stuff,
then that's what you'll find. Yeah. So do you feel like, for you, all of that is a little bit distracting from the actual mission and the purpose of why you're actually running? Like, because I think the trend is cute or whatever, but I see what you mean. It takes away from the importance of what it's doing for people's lives. Yeah, obviously love is great, and like someone finding a wife or a husband, okay, good. But the sole purpose of a run club for you, what are you saying that it's for? Would you say that kind of change and that transformation, that change in someone's life in a positive way?
Yeah, I would say that it's about, transformation and self-development, because you'll go as an individual to a run club. I actually went to Rock Up by myself, didn't know it. I knew one or two people there prior to it, but not, but I just tapped into what they were doing, the community aspect of things, to the point where they decided to bring me on board when they set up their London club. So now...
Oh, so you guys in Birmingham?
No, they came to London to do a one-off
And run. You did that?
Yeah, and I did that. And I just connected from the get-go, and then, they kind of brought me on board.
In what way? So the London one, what happens there now?
We replicate what goes on in Birmingham. So obviously, like I said, they have like over 250 people turn up every Saturday. And one thing that's unique about them is they implement these things called bibs. So every member that comes, you get given a bib, a Rock Up bib, and that bib allows you to feel like you're part of the community. Because a lot of times you can rock up, wear your own stuff, turn up to the run, just run, go home. But when you feel like you're part of something, it gives you that motivation to come back next week. Because so that's one thing that stood out to me. Compared my run club to every other run club
that you've been to,
it felt like you was actually part of something. And over time, when you start to speak to the many people that come, and you can actually see how it's really impacted them, and it just kind of went hand in hand with my visions for running, like I said, in my own personal journey about self-development. And I actually found a run club where I can actually tie in like my beliefs and what I'm interested in, and fit in with Rock Up. So they came to London, did the whole London Run Club, and we've just been growing consistently. We're actually moving to Regent Street now. We're going to be running out of there.
So tell us, so how long have you been a part of this run club now so far, would you say?
Probably roughly? Like 5 months.
5 months, but you've obviously been running for how long, would you say now?
Consistently for 8 months.
8 months, that's great, because you also...
That's quite a big but
the progress. So, because you went somewhere to run as well. Where did you go? You went abroad.
Oh, I did the Amsterdam Marathon.
Wow.
Amsterdam. Okay. How was that, by the way?
Unreal experience. Like no other feeling.
Was it like in the winter? Was it cold? Was it?
Yeah, hot? I did it in the winter time.
In the winter.
Okay, and then how
far was it?
How long?
So marathon is 42k. 26 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, wow. 26 miles.
Yeah. That's a lot.
So that's...
Did you go with a group or did you go on your own?
Like, I'm actually trying to work out from where to where, like, just so for our M&Ms. 26 miles, that's like from...
Probably like from here, from like London to...
I'm like... I need my man for this,
probably
for the geography.
I don't London to like Milton Keynes probably, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, like just for the ones that ain't that great at geography, just to try and work it out. From London to Milton Keynes, that is far.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, but roughly, like, it's long story short, it's far. So Amsterdam.
Did you take breaks?
No,
you got to keep running.
Yeah, sure.
When you run out of breath, what do?
You get water.
But you'd have trained you'd have trained your body to
It's quite
adapt to
silly.
that.
No, but you do like you have the packs, right, for the water.
No, I don't carry that.
You don't carry.
Every 10,
Surely it'll weigh you down.
no, every 10k you have like a.
You have to wait
service station as
10k.
such. So at the
Like a petrol station for some fuel.
Yeah. At the stations, you'd have like loads of water.
Water and
They give you
stuff.
energy drinks, bananas, and then you just.
Oh,
keep
so there's
going.
food at this.
Do you know what my
Not
sister
food,
did?
but just bananas.
Food.
Just yeah, but quick.
But you're not going to be.
No, you don't stop. So
You
by the
don't
way,
stop to
by the way,
eat.
you don't
I like,
stop.
yeah, you continue.
You're running and you just grab it.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's so many people trying to go to that same spot that your body has to keep going. If you stop,
You'll
shut
end
down.
up feeling.
So you have to keep going. So sometimes
you miss it.
people will be coming and then you just miss it. I didn't miss it. I
You made
grabbed
sure.
over.
He said, I made sure.
I
You grabbed
more.
those bananas.
Yeah, I
How
grabbed
many
more.
bananas did you grab?
No, because they're all
The
sliced
water.
up. I'm talking about the waters and the energy drinks. I was getting every station. I was getting like 2 waters, 4 energy drinks.
Oh,
But
so
did-
then-
but did some people bring water with them or have the water packs?
No, just run.
Just ran.
So you come, just me, myself, and I. You come as you are. You got your gear. You got your trainers with the metal plates in it.
Yeah.
You got your little
Cob.
look,
You
your
got
little
like a,
run look together. Okay.
You got a number? Did you get a number?
Yeah, bib number.
What was your
Yeah.
number? What's your bib number? What's your
Can't
lucky?
remember.
Okay. But you got? Do you have a lucky number or anything? Do you do any rituals beforehand? Or-
Rituals?
No.
No.
Get some sage or whatever it is. Okay, and then you. So from the moment you get there, you just start running.
That question.
I need to-
Did you time it out? So like you know like how athletes, yeah.
I need
so
to
they
understand
like when they're
this.
doing a long distance, they get to a point where they pick up the speed. Do you have that in the long distance? So do you get to like a point where you're like, okay, I've got 10k left. I'm gonna pick up my speed now, or I've gotten to this far.
So it depends. Obviously, running a marathon is based on your training. So you'd have had to do. I was
Marathons
doing
before.
a training block. No, not necessarily a marathon. I did like an 18-week training block, and in that 18 weeks, it consisted of different variations of runs. Some long runs, some easy runs, some tempo runs, some interval runs. Just a mixture to allow your body to adapt to different conditions when you're out there. So when you're out there, when you actually get to the course, it's like track race. You just turn up. All the training you've done is prior to that. Everything else happens on the day, and a lot of things can change because you can prepare the most, and you get there and everything just changes. And that's actually something that happened to me. So when I trained hard. I did what I needed to do. I actually rolled my ankle at 8k, so I was running with like a swollen ankle
The whole time.
Yeah, so,
And you finished.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Well
still
done.
continue.
Yeah, so I rolled my ankle, and yeah, it was the most
What
painful
did you think?
run
You probably
ever.
felt like what that must have been like a mental kind of thing to be
Yeah.
like, I can give up now, or I could
Yeah.
just continue.
It taught me a lot in that time. It taught me 2 things. Number 1 is you need to channel your inner mindset. And
deep
again,
on it.
when you talk about running, like I'm very big on running. Like it affects your actual day-to-day life. Like I rolled my ankle at 8k. Most people would have just seen first aid and gone, I'm calling it a wrap that day.
Yeah.
You just pushed on. Like you've trained, you've worked hard for something, and you're not just gonna throw it away like that. And I knew that I wanted to continue and actually challenge myself. Can I actually do this? Because a lot of people say, when you run a marathon, it's very hard. It's one of the hardest things. Now, looking back at it, yeah, it's hard, but it's all about your mindset and how you prepare. And like I said, when you prepare correctly in all walks of life, it's not just running, you'll see results, you'll see success. So yeah, like when I was doing this marathon, rolled my ankle, just carried on pushing. Like there was times, I'm not gonna lie, there was times where I was like, I'm gonna give up. This is my ankle's getting bad. And I feel like if it weren't for the adrenaline when you're there and other people pushing you on, and that's a big thing with marathon running, which they don't showcase that on TV. You get a lot of support. So people are on the streets cheering you on, reading your name, encouraging you. So that kind of gives you that extra boost. Obviously, I didn't have any family members out there, but other people have got their family members at certain points. So they'll have like their board on their name, like people. And when you see that, that gives you that boost. So when you do want to quit and you look to the right and you just see, you're your mum, your dad, so everyone shouting your name and that, you feel, I don't know, like, it's like I said, it's a different type of energy.
And what do your family think, actually, of you, like, taking this on?
Have you been able to...
What do they think?
To give them some inspiration to run as a family?
My brother's very big on, like, fitness.
How many of you are there as
I got 2 brothers.
Okay.
1 sister.
Okay.
Are you the oldest, youngest?
Middle child.
Middle child.
Me too. I feel your pain. I'm joking.
Forgotten. I'm joking. I'm joking. That's what they say about you guys, but I don't know. I'm joking. Go on.
Nah, so, yeah, my brothers are in fitness anyway. So my brother does boxing.
Yeah, I saw,
anyway,
yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't really inspire them, but at first it was just like, they didn't really understand it. And one thing I will say, where you will not see it on social media, not one single runner talks about it. Running is you need to sacrifice a lot. In order for me to run 30Ks, 20K, half marathon, that requires time out of your day. And when I work 9 to 5, the only time I can put that running is
in the morning.
In the morning or in the evening. So that removes it removes a lot of time that you would spend with your family members, because you've got to train. So there was times where I didn't really like.
Like you said, on Christmas you went running.
No, obviously I still saw my family in that.
Did you still have all the foods and stuff, or did you change your diet as well?
No, I earned the food.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, like, I'll run it off another day.
Yeah. So you do sacrifice a lot of time. It removes you, and I feel like this is why people like run clubs, because I'm not saying you replace your family, your immediate family, but you don't feel lonely when you're doing these things, because you're around a community, people that can push you and
that get it, that are on the same journey.
People are not in the same realm as you, they might not really understand. Obviously, I'm fortunate that I don't live at home anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But like, if I was living at home, I'd always be out in the evening running, so I'd have minimal time with like my family. At first, they didn't really understand it, but I feel like now, like, they've seen what I do, like they've seen the marathon stuff, they realise that, I'm actually quite good at this, and
have they
just let them.
Have they come along to any of your runs yet? Come on, fam! Come and support.
But, hopefully, obviously I tried to get into London Marathon, didn't get into it.
Okay. So you have to
get in?
So is there like a process for that? It's like
there's a serious process to get to. You can't just turn up to marathons.
No, you have to apply.
Yeah.
But then, like,
I didn't know this.
I didn't know you get denied.
Yeah, you get rejected.
I didn't know that was the case. I thought you apply and they say welcome.
How many people are they looking for? What is you only allowed a certain amount of people?
Is it because of the charity?
It depends. Certain marathons, it can range. Sometimes they're like 70K, 70,000 people. Sorry, 60,000 people. But yeah, there's an entry process. So you just need to be quick. So you can either just pay normal entry fee. As soon as they release tickets, you got to be fast. I'm talking about on the day they announce it on social media, on their website.
Oh, so it's like you're going to see. It's like you're going for a concert almost.
Yeah. And if you miss that opportunity, it's charity spots.
Okay.
So charity spots, I'm not really a big fan of all of the, because I remember when back in the days people used to do charities, and it was just like a quick £700. But like now you're being asked to raise £3,000.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
And when you've got to raise that much money, like, you got to think you're asking your friends, family. But then after that, where are you gonna get? You got to constantly. It's like another job, basically.
Yeah.
You need to promote
it.
Social media. Your whole social media has got to be dedicated to
the marathon.
Charity stuff. So I'm not really a fan of. Yeah,
that route.
I get. Obviously,
raising money for charity,
I get all of that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like charities nowadays have like gone above and beyond, like making it extremely hard for people. Because then on the catch is some charities I was reading online that if you don't raise the money, you got to pay the difference. I don't really get how that works. So,
wait. So is every charity different?
Yeah.
They put a different baseline of what they want you to entry to get to the marathon. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of charities got
I didn't know that.
So it seems like it's getting a little bit political. It seems like it's getting a bit competitive.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so are you going to apply though for, 2025, you're going to apply for a marathon this year?
Yeah.
Have you got a few in mind, or do you just apply for one or two?
I've got a few, but obviously 2 of them that I want to do, you have to apply this year, but they're in 26.
Oh, so, I see. So you've got to almost have that
in advance.
In advance. So it's a lot of prep. It's a lot of work and everything. But it seems like, honestly, it's so nice to hear this stuff because it's like, not stuff, but it's just nice to hear what you're up to and like the fact that you're motivated by this, because having something you're passionate about, I do think is important. And it even makes me think like, what am I super passionate about that I'm willing to be consistent in, be disciplined in, go hard for, you know, and, you know, who knows, you might start your own run club one day or whatever it is, because it's clearly doing something for you and changing your life for the better. So it is really nice to see. It's making me think, Wheeler, like, we need to get on.
Maybe we need
to join.
Maybe we should come to a...
We need to just...
Saturday
do you know what? We're saying it here
Saturday
now.
mornings, what time?
It's Stratford, right? 8 a.m.
We're changing the location. We're going to Regent Street.
What time?
Regent Street,
So
8.
it'll be 8:30 meet, 9 o'clock run.
8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. And she said,
Okay, and then...
No, but you got to think, like I said, you might not be an early morning person now, but with consistency...
No, she's a morning person.
I am a morning person.
She's actually a morning
anyway.
person. I don't know why she's doing it.
It's just sometimes I'm some vibing to music or whatever.
That's fine, we got music. We got
Okay, you
speakers.
got music.
Yeah,
You got bananas.
Yep.
You got water.
A question.
Got energy.
Do you have like a
Energy
starter
drink.
pack? Because you know, like
We're beginners.
I'm a beginner in this. I have tried to run before previously.
Yeah.
And I just found that it wasn't something that I was motivated to do by myself. I was starting off like, you know, walk, run. Then I tried to do it with a friend once, and he was literally running circles around me. And I said, never again will I ever run with you. And then I did start going to the gym. I preferred doing like weights at the gym, stuff like that at one point. And then obviously I haven't done that in a while, but we'll be back. Don't worry.
No judgment.
No judgment.
No judgment.
But yeah, so like when it comes to like starting off, because obviously like I'm somebody who it doesn't take too long for me to start getting out of breath. Like, do you get what I mean when I run? I'm being honest. Like,
I just didn't expect you to say that. Yeah.
So like, what is it like? Is there? Do we get like a tips beforehand?
Yeah, give us
or
some
like,
tips actually.
Yeah,
What's some
for when we rock
5
up, because like, I need help.
3
So when
to
you come to
5
the run
golden
club or
tips. Yeah.
personally?
Okay, so
Both.
let's say. Okay, 2 questions. Okay, so you're obviously in this place now where you're comfortable with your routine when it comes to running, and you're motivated, like you're self-motivated, but also by your community. How many days a week were you running, by the way, before you decided to join to be a part of a marathon and join a run club? Were you running every day?
6 days.
Okay, 6 days
so
in a week.
1 day off.
Okay, so for a beginner, let's say me and, Mila and I want to join your run club.
Should we practice before?
What preparation, what are some of your tips for us beginners?
Just rock up.
Just
come.
rock up.
So next Saturday.
Yep. Next Saturday. You don't need to prepare. I feel like
Stretches
obviously that
in the
gets-
morning, yoga
But
stretches.
you leave that to us to handle.
Okay.
Running's one of
I don't
them
want to be
things.
embarrassed.
When you
Trevor, I don't want to be embarrassed.
you gotta
Don't care
think
about other
this.
people.
There's gonna be good
Think
looking
about it,
men
yeah.
there.
Oh, she's thinking about the guys.
I'm joking, I'm
She's
joking. I'm joking.
You don't
I'm
wanna be
joking, I'm
out of
joking.
breath.
I don't want to be out of breath.
And then the love of your life.
And then people just shh. That
Yeah,
would
but-
demotivate me. I
but
can't lie, it would demotivate
That's
me.
gonna improve over time. And like I said, the reason a lot of people don't go to it is because they overcomplicate it. Oh, what outfit have I got to wear? What shoes have I got to wear? What have I got? You don't need to worry about any of that. If you're not, there's levels to running. Like, don't be worrying about what Nike shoes you're doing, and you can't even run 5K without stopping. You know,
Wow.
do you know what I mean?
Mic drop.
There's levels to that.
Like, why are you worrying about?
The best
I was
thing
just
you
about
can
to go
do-
and buy and
the
purchase.
No, the best thing you can do is just turn up.
Okay.
Set your alarm. You know the location. Turn up. Meet everyone. Run. Be inspired, and make that a consistent thing in your routine. Eventually, you'll start to obviously running rock ups only every Saturday, so we run once a week. Eventually, if you want to start slowly, eventually you can start implementing midweek runs by yourself with a friend someone that you meet at a run club. Because that's another thing about the run clubs. Because a lot of us, you got to remember, a lot of us might have friends, but they might not be interested in the same things that we do. So
True.
when you're at these run clubs, yeah, you can meet people within your area that you have the same interest, which is running. It doesn't have to be males. You can meet females within your area that like running. And guess what? You both free at the same time and you go and run. And then you start to build that consistency, that routine in your life. And then eventually, once you become more confident of running by yourself, yeah, you can just go out and do it. You do it by yourself. But the reason a lot of people don't do it initially is because they care too much about outfits, shoes,
the wrong things. Yeah, the wrong things.
Yeah.
Meeting a husband there.
Look, I'm on a serious note though. Like, I have a question in regards to like running for weight loss.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would say is a thing that people should? Because obviously you've been exercising your whole life, pretty much. It sounds like. So like, if somebody wanted to like if they wanted it to be a way of like losing weight or kind of, obviously nutrition is a big part of weight loss and those type of things. It shouldn't be about that at all. It should be about the mentality.
What would you say?
Again, I would say you're not running. Imagine you said, I'm going to run because I want to lose weight. Okay, cool. When you lost weight, you're going to stop running? The weight loss shouldn't be the reason why you run.
She said it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
And that's it. You want to be running because you want to change your lifestyle. And like throughout this whole chat, I've naturally said it starts to elevate other areas of your life. Yeah. So if you want to run, you've got to be prepared to change all areas of your life. Because, when you run, you got to kind of eat healthy. So if you like snacking and whatnot, you need to be prepared to maybe have balance. If you like going out, but you've got to be, rock ups at 8:30 in the morning, you're not a morning person. Go out. Don't be going out on a Friday night. So this is what I'm saying. You need to think beyond the current circumstances. Yeah, okay, cool. You might want to lose weight, but it goes beyond losing weight. You need to, and that's just advice for myself. Like, I never wanted to run because I wanted to just run 5K. I actually wanted to change all areas of my life.
But I would say though, having a goal helps to, because like you've said about like having that consistent like mental strength, right? But like, what gives you mental strength? Because sometimes for me, my mental strength comes from like having a goal in mind. But if there's no goal, no nothing, sometimes it can be hard to kind of hone in on something. Do you get what I mean? So it's like sometimes I want to see what's on the other side.
But you know what? I can answer this one actually.
Go on.
Because I do think that if you're not completely happy or there is something that you feel needs to change in your life, then that can be enough of a goal.
That's true.
You know, it doesn't always have to be like, oh, I want to lose weight or I need to find the love of my life or I need to run, I need to have all these gold medals. Everyone needs to know my name. I need to be famous for running marathons or whatever it is. I think if you feel like something in your life right now isn't fully working or you feel like you're not moving your body enough or you just feel like you need to feel better, then I think that's enough of a motivation. Because even hearing this, I'm like, I know, like, especially when I had my injury, there were so many moments where I realised that we need to be grateful for our bodies.
It's true.
Like, we forget our arms, we're lucky and fortunate enough to, God has given that to us, like, we're lucky enough to have things that just naturally work. Yeah. And you even sharing that story about seeing older people, like pensioners or beyond those ages, and they're talking about 70th. Having done all of these things. And that being like, what? Because maybe a part of you was thinking, I want to be that age. I want to be old, saying this to a younger me. Like, is that what you were kind of thinking? Or
like I said, I used that as motivation. I was inspired. And one thing, especially now where I run, I used to always say, oh, but you've been running for this long, but I've never seen you run. Why is that? Because I've never been awake at that time when they run.
Okay.
So if you think about it, you don't see old people because they're putting in the work earlier days. What was I doing? I was sleeping and probably weren't encouraged to be outside.
On YouTube, eating snacks.
Yeah, so when you break it down, you can actually see, where the work has been put in.
Yeah.
And using your time efficiently as well. So do you drink? Do you, like, what is your routine like now? Like, were you living a certain lifestyle before, but now you're kind of a little bit more, you know?
Nah, wasn't even no lifestyles.
Oh, look, he's like, I ain't trying to bait myself up like that.
No lifestyles.
I ain't trying to give away too much, but...
Yeah, I quit drinking.
Okay.
Again, I wasn't drinking like that. I drink
crazy, for celebrations,
birthdays, all of that stuff. But again, I'm someone that likes to set challenges. Some challenges might feel wild to people, but I was just said to myself, I was like, I'm gonna just quit drinking. And then after my birthday, a year back, I said, I'm gonna quit drinking.
When's your birthday?
10th of November.
Okay. So where do you think that comes from? Being someone that likes to set challenges, is that like?
It's just random. Like I'll see something that someone does and think, I can do that, but probably 10 times better than that person.
You've got competitiveness.
All right.
But positive.
No, but it's to be competitive.
Get your shoulder.
I look at that person doing a challenge, and I don't look at them and think, like who are you? I look at it as like, that's motivating. Maybe I can do that, but a bit better than that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's like, there's that competitive edge. Yeah. Like, what do you think about competition within women?
I don't like it. Like, what do you mean?
Do you think that's there though? Because I think, like, a part of me just thought right now, like, within men, I think sometimes there is that natural kind of, like, even you talking about football and being raised to, like, even when I think about my brother,
I feel like with women
there's that there's that element of sports anyways. Whereas, like, as I'm getting a little bit older, like, sometimes us girls, we might go for brunch, you know, we might hang out a bit or whatever, but I've noticed our activities, it depends what group you're part of, but they don't necessarily always centre around, I'm going to go to a run club or I'm going to play tennis or whatever. What do you think?
I would say, like, I've seen so many, like, maybe it's because of what I follow online, but, like, a lot of women have, like, I don't know if it's based off of a competitiveness, but, like, I've seen a whole bunch of women who do, like, especially when it comes to fitness, in the gym, weights.
No, but I'm talking about us, like, personally. Like, I mean, I'm talking personally.
I am talking about myself, I'm joking.
Girl, don't be lying on the pod.
I'm joking, but yeah. So,
like, do you think it's something that, like, what I'm trying to get at is, do you think women have that as well? Because I think I've been reading a little bit about it. Like, do you think women are allowed to be as competitive and celebrated in that way when we are? Because I sometimes...
physically competitive?
Yeah, like when it comes to sports, or saying, like, what you just said. You saw someone doing this and you're like, listen, I can do that and I can do it better, or whatever. Like, do you think if a woman was saying the same thing, that
might be
is
looked
something
differently?
It literally just came to mind, because I do feel like, I think I'm saying that because I do feel like when women are a little bit more competitive, sometimes that's not always celebrated as much.
True.
Or it's seen as more of a masculine trait. And I think, what do you think?
I think
maybe in the run
days,
club,
it was seen as a masculine trait, but I feel like now, no, because you're seeing more women coming out. And women are better at certain things than men. So I don't know if you lot have
even in the
calisthenics
sports
type of training. So that's like
what training?
Calisthenics. So using like your
break it down.
full body workouts,
Okay.
using pull-ups, dips, stuff like that. I'm seeing nowadays more women
doing stuff
tapping
like
into
that.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Women building communities out of that. So I feel like it takes someone to go out and first try it in order to get someone else to do it.
I would say, even though I haven't been to the gym, we're going to change that.
It's all right. It's okay.
When I was going to the gym, before I started going to the gym, Massey Aris, I don't know if you know her or seen her online before, but she's it's an American influencer. And when I first ever saw her, I saw her on, what's that website? It was like a video of her, basically. And it was like, you know, like sometimes athletes have these like promo videos of themselves doing like all these crazy like moves in the gym or whatever, all these activities or whatever. And she was like, I think she was like upside down at one point. She was on the pole. And I said, I actually had that thought of, I could do that. Mind you, I was sitting down with biscuits and thinking I could do that. But I was just like, it does give you that sense of like, even when I see her now, like she's had her daughter and everything like that. Even when I see her now, I feel like motivated. Do you get what I mean? And like the sense of like who she is as like a person, as an and it's a part of her brand is to influence people into fitness. So she's doing that in that sense. But I do feel like motivated by women. That's why I like looking at women's pages when they're in the gym, because it makes me feel like, oh, like, yeah, like
I can do it.
Yeah.
I would say, I think it's what you're exposing yourself to. Yeah. And I think you're right. Things have changed a little bit, but it is nice to see it and to be in these environments, because sometimes you might naturally associate certain environments with like being more male dominated. True. So I think it's just nice. Like even if I see, I know there's certain, I don't know if it's like HIIT gyms, but what are those gyms called again? I think you know what it's called. CrossFit gyms.
Why didn't I know?
I was like, why didn't you know? I know. I'm speaking to the runner here, the pro athlete. I'm joking. But like there's certain gyms and whatever, or like even, like I've tried going back to the gym recently and whatever, slowly but surely getting back in there. And, you get the weights and stuff and you're almost like, oh my gosh, what should I do with this or whatever. And it can be intimidating. And not just for women, but for anyone that's not used to those environments. But it's making me see that starting off with something like a run club or a community of health and fitness could be a great way to like push yourself forward and find what you specifically like, and what's going to keep you going. So, wow, I'm like, my mind is, I'm excited by everything that you're up to. So for you, like, what are you really looking forward to this year? What's going to keep you going? What are you just really excited about?
Obviously, I've got marathons. I've got a marathon coming up.
Oh yeah, you mentioned.
Looking forward to that. Obviously, I've set myself personal goals that I want to achieve. So by the end of the year, by God's grace, hopefully I would have ticked all of them off. But like things like marathon, I'm going to enter High Rocks this year, hopefully.
Okay.
Again, that's like circuit training, a lot of. It's a mixture of like weight, strength, and conditioning. A lot of like running.
What's conditioning?
High Rocks is very popular now. Okay. They've started up a few clubs around the world now, actually. Okay, around Europe. So you have a lot of like sledge pulling, a lot of ball squats, a lot of like obstacle courses that you have to complete. It's just a mixture of, because when you do running, you're just doing running. And then if you're in the gym, you're just in the gym. So someone, I don't know who, but they've incorporated both running and like, strength and conditioning type.
So it's a mixture of everything that you get to try out.
So again, that's something I've never experienced, never been involved in. Never really been that person that goes to the gym that heavy. So it's a new thing for me. But
have you ever done? Sorry to cut you off. Have you ever done water sports?
Why not?
Like rowing or anything?
Impossible.
Okay.
Impossible.
All right.
Why impossible?
Yeah.
What, getting in the water in the ocean?
Impossible. Oh, you don't like the ocean?
That is a myth. I'm not seeing.
I don't know why I can see you doing water sports somehow.
He's like, I've mastered this side of the sport. I ain't I'm
someone
not
tried to tell me to do a triathlon. That's when you run, cycle, and then swim.
I feel like you would be so good at that.
Impossible. What?
So do you swim?
Swimming and not seeing what's underneath you?
You're sounding very Ugandan right now. I'm joking.
That is a red flag.
Red flag?
A red flag?
You see swimming?
Yeah.
I like swimming. I can swim, by the way. I'm just bandering. I can actually swim. I actually regularly do go to my local swimming.
So you'll be fine in the ocean?
Nah, that's different. Swimming in the local club,
the current.
That's easy. Swimming in the... I've done scuba diving, and it is the most scariest thing I've ever done. Hand on heart, It's the most scary thing.
What, scuba, like as in
What
your
about
head
it?
was underneath
What
the
about
water?
it was scary?
Or your face was in
Do
the
you know
water?
Steve Irwin? Do you know Steve Irwin? So the guy that used to do, he had a TV program that talks about different animals,
Wildlife.
crocodiles.
I think, I
that's
think
his
I know
thing.
what program, but I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember his
It
face.
was back in the days.
Yeah.
He got killed by a stingray.
Oh, I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he got killed by a stingray.
Yeah.
And is
Of
that
all animals, and this guy met the maddest animals, crocodiles. He was chilling with
but I mean-
and it was a
God said it
stingray.
was- God said it was his time. Anything can
Stingray.
happen. We can
Yeah,
walk
true,
outside.
True.
A bus can just, God forbid,
True.
God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. But like, at least you
Yeah.
would have seen.
So is that why you're scared?
No, because then I'm scuba diving. Why am I seeing a stingray right next to me?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was at that
oh,
moment.
is that what happened?
Yeah, it's at the moment I was like, whoa, you see the ocean? I'm not trying to mess around with it.
So you saw a stingray.
I've been live with stingray. Obviously, they don't come up, do they? So they're like
the
low.
bottom.
Yeah. So you just sit there and you're like, wow.
Do they chase you?
No, because they're doing their own thing. They're just chilling.
So then that's even better.
But do you know what?
Yeah, but
Is it?
just knowing that thing took out a whole human.
No.
and
Yeah,
I'm
but you
like-
can just move
No,
away
but-
from it. It's not coming after you like a shark.
No, but you got to think.
It's not that simple.
I'm in its habitat,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah.
So anything that I do could irritate it. Bear in mind, I'm scuba diving, so I've got a tank. I've got I can't remember the thing.
The flappy thing.
Yeah.
Any movement I do, I'm just thinking, that he could think I'm. Do you know what I mean?
Trying to attack
Yeah.
him.
And
So
it's-
what did you do then? Did they advise you to do anything?
Oh yeah, we had guides and that, and like they take you around like a little route. But
But
you're
it's-
going to see these animals because
Yeah.
it's it's wildlife.
Yeah.
So I saw turtles, you name it. I've seen all of that stuff. But it's one of them ones.
Yeah.
Once
so
in a-
good.
Once in a lifetime opportunity. I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like something that can be so subtle
Exactly.
and still very deadly.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't, you don't know what to expect from some of these creatures.
That's
you
why
know,
you seen them videos in Australia. There's the snake just chilling.
I would
on the
never go
corner
to
and that.
Australia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't.
Australia's got all the kind of wild.
It's a beautiful.
You know,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful country.
It
a lot-
sounds
A
beautiful.
lot of culture there. That's the reason why a lot of UK people like migrate over there.
Yeah.
It's better opportunities, but yeah.
You're
Have
staying
you
in
seen the
your running.
kangaroos?
You're
Have you seen the
staying in
kangaroos?
your running lane, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're staying in your running
I
lane.
feel like you would be so good in the water.
Well, you know what? We're gonna
challenge
speak
you.
that out for
Speak
you.
it out for you,
What's
yeah.
it called? A
So impossible.
triathlon.
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 I feel like you will get there.
And we
Triathlon.
might, you know what? We might set a little goal to join one of the sessions in Regent's Park.
Yeah.
Should we do it in Regent Street?
You got to the wrong location.
Yeah, look, imagine. We'll get those.
And then you say, "Oh, we
Me
didn't say
and
that."
our M&Ms will be
Yeah.
in the Regent Park.
We'll get the details from
I see
Trevor.
what you was doing. I see what you
Yeah,
was
I was trying. But no, we might, challenge ourselves to experience that. Because then obviously, Trevor, you're welcome back here anytime.
Yes.
Because it's honestly been so great to have you and to hear you just talk about everything you're up to. So we can't wait to, touch base with you again. And by then, we might be
Yeah.
out of breath. We might not be. We might be
I think
experts.
I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to train beforehand. I know you said we should just
Don't
come
need
as
to
our
train.
own.
Mila's gonna come. She's gonna be out running.
I'm very
you. That's what she's
competitive.
planning
I'm
to
so
do.
competitive.
Look, Trevor's like,
I'm going to
nah.
start practicing from today.
He's like, try it. Look.
Set yourself a challenge. Man.
Yeah, set yourself.
Could be your challenge.
I love the subtle like.
My
it's
challenge
cool.
is to beat him.
That's what Rock Up actually stands for, by the way. I didn't mention
Okay.
that. So Rock Up, ROC, Rise Over Challenges.
Rise over challenges. So we're
I
gonna
love
rise
that.
over our challenges,
Exactly.
people.
And rock up.
And rock up.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We have been
M&M Talks.
Thanks for listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
We have been M&M Talks.